Hey Gemini, it's Meg with Padmes, and I am doing your energy check for the very end of September, beginning of October. We're going to look at the tree today, the wise old tree spread. We're going to do some clarifying and look at some energy that you don't see coming in the next few days, next week ahead. We're calling in our angels and guides of the highest vibrations of love and light. I don't want to talk to anybody else. Here we go, Gemini. What is going on with you? All right. All right, Jen. The first thing that I'm noticing is this Nine of Swords coming from the root of everything. Underlying the entire spread is talking about this is like really a lot of stress, a lot of sleepless nights, staying up at night, something that you're worried about. And it moves up into the heart of the situation. And the heart of the situation is talking about an ending of a cycle of emotional fulfillment, but ultimately coming out of the battle victorious. So something has been won, even though it's been really difficult. The big picture is talking about instead of juggling and going back and forth, there's this ease of balance, or there's this ease of focusing on one thing. With the cycle ending, that makes a lot of sense. Not having to go back and forth. Happening now and into the near future, here's a Queen of Wands who is pissed off. So this is happening now or coming up. And this is like the feeling of resentment, the feeling of anger, the feeling of I've been done wrong kind of thing. And your advice around this is making a choice, the universe giving you an option and you choosing that option. It's like making a choice. We're going to go around and clarify all these as well. Your higher self is talking about another cycle, another ending to a cycle, but it's also talking about the jackpot, getting all the things that you need. It's longevity, it's family, it's friends that are like family. This can be more money, a new job. It can be support from people. So your higher self is talking about you being surrounded by good things. And then your angels and guides are talking about this King of Pentacles reversed. This is the married king. And when he's reversed, he's divorced, or he's a married king not acting married. Or there's some kind of commitment that is not being followed through with. All talk and no action kind of thing. So Gemini, this king is the king of all these pentacles, but there's this commitment that's happening, and your angels and guides are like, this person isn't fully stepping into that commitment somehow. And what's interesting here is this is like release the idea that this cycle is not over. There's some kind of cycle that has come to a conclusion, and release the idea that this isn't the divine timing, or this isn't the right time for this. So it seems that it is. And there's also resistance to not having to sacrifice anymore. It's almost like a habit. It's like we process and process and process, and sometimes we're complete processing. And this is saying sometimes when we continue to process, it's just the habit of it. We're in the habit of processing our cycle or somebody else's, and we don't have to do that anymore. Past, present, future. So in the past, it looks like there's been some kind of trouble, some kind of manipulation, some kind of manifestations not coming into fruition the way that you have wanted them to. And then in present time, here is a soulmate situation, past life situation. This is reversed. It's like this has been a very slow releasing of this past life, perhaps karmic soulmate relationship. It's just been a very slow process. It's been very challenging. However, in your trajectory, which I really like to see, here's a passionate new beginning. And so let's take a look at this passionate new beginning. There's a cycle that's completed. I want to know if it's a passionate new beginning within this relationship. It looks like something is completely ended. Or if it's a passionate new beginning with someone new. Let's take a look. Right. What this looks like is it's okay. It looks like there are two storylines. It could be either. For some of you, there's a new passionate beginning with someone new. For some of you, this is healing old wounds and being able to move on and move forward in the relationship that you ended some old karmic lessons with. Yeah, here's the Lovers, still the same thing. There's a possibility for new love, and there's a possibility to rekindle old love. And this is seeing the big picture. I feel like a lot of this is your choice. You know, I've gotten a lot of similar, for the air signs, I've gotten a lot of similar things. There's a choice in love and a choice between the past and the future. But this is about looking at the big picture and acknowledging what is best for you. I also feel like not making any big, huge decisions during Mercury retrograde. It looks like you're going to be receiving more information. And this could just be more inner guidance. It could be more guidance from your angels and guides. But there's more information that once you have it, you settle in with what it is that you're wanting to choose, what you're wanting to commit to. I'm going to go ahead and clarify some of these things. I'm no longer going back and forth. That's the big picture. Let's look at what this is about. Yeah, you're finding your highest and your greatest potential, your star, your wishes are coming true. You're not having to go back and forth. You're not having to juggle things or live in two different worlds. Let's look at this Queen of Wands reversed. This Queen of Wands reversed looks like she is upset and resentful because of the processing situation that was happening here that we talked about. This is the anchor card, but the anchor is like, you know, I'm trying to ground, but the chain on the anchor is too short. So it goes down to ground into the bottom of the ocean, but it brings the whole boat down with it. It's like there's so much, oh, I'm hearing grief and anxiety. There's so much grief and anxiety. There's so much emotional turmoil that it's like processing emotional stuff for other people too, or it's processing someone who isn't grounded, someone who's not grounded and they can't seem to ground themselves. They ground themselves through you, and your boat is underwater because you have so much emotional stuff going on. So that's a lot. That's a lot. This is taking your advice, is making a decision, taking an offer from the universe. Let's look at that. And this is a lucky thing. This is like, okay, I've been given a gift, I'm taking it. This is going to be great. This is going to be wonderful. This takes me out of this grief mode somehow. I also feel like this is the opportunity of the new relationship. There's new energy, that passionate new beginning. There's new energy that can happen that takes you away from all the emotional grief. I'm going to look at this. Yeah, this Nine of Swords, this upset. This is like just nightmares. This is like such anxiety. And this is the ending of that anxiety. This is also anxiety created because of an ending. Yeah, it feels like the ending of a heart relationship, a soul relationship. Let's take a look at this Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, and there's, with both of these, there's a lot of mama bear type energy. There's a lot of protection energy. There's a lot of what we stand for, what we stand true on. There are a lot of ties here. And this person is going through a lot of healing. And I feel like it's just really difficult to be around them while they're going through all this healing, because so are you. It's like you're holding the container for everybody to do all of this healing work. And it's just too much. It's too much for one person. Let's look at this Ten of Cups reversed, the ending to this emotional fulfillment. There's some kind of manipulation that's happened here that's coming up. Emotional manipulation. Let's look at that. I'm gonna see what that is. There's, yeah, here's the star card. The big picture is talking about your wishes coming true. There's some kind of emotional manipulation around your wishes coming true and then someone not letting that happen, or somebody being a spoke in that wheel, getting in the way of your dreams coming true. But you're like, no, I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm not gonna let that happen. It's like someone's upset about you doing your soul purpose. And it's almost like they were have the manipulation coming back up again. Smoke and mirrors, like, oh, we'll get there, we'll get there. Let's just do what I need to do first, and then we'll get to your thing. And you're finally like, no, it's time. The time is now. Yeah, this is like, don't let someone tell you that the time isn't now. The time is now. Here's the wheel. And that release that it's not the right timing. Wow. Yeah, it's time for something new. It's time to pursue this thing, this dream. And I have resistance to not having to sacrifice, like, right. And it's again for this King of Pentacles reversed. Here's the masculine energy. It's like it's a very difficult choice to make. It's difficult not to be there for this person, but you have to choose yourself this time. This passionate new beginning. It does look like it's in love, but it also looks like it's in endeavors that you've wanted for a long time. Let's look at this past. Somebody's saying emotional abuse. So I don't know if that's for everyone, but it is some manipulation that's happened in the past for someone else to get their way over you. Right. And here's the lady. Here, this is somebody manipulating the feminine energy in this dynamic. Let's look at this. Here's a luck. Here's a luck in your stream of consciousness, luck in your path and being guided to your path and being in flow with the universe. And I feel like that comes when you move past this really difficult situation. It's been difficult to release this, right? It's been very emotional. And there also have been a lot of, it's like a lot of deep-seated subconscious things coming up and out. I feel like also you recognize each other. This is from that past life. You recognize, well, look at this fish too, like all this water and all this anchor. It's like you've come from the same place, the same town, the same understanding of family dynamics from when you were young. This is also like, you know each other, you know what you've been through. Maybe you've even shared a crisis, and that is why you know where each other's coming from. That's why it's so difficult to move forward away from this. And this passionate new beginning, this actually looks like it takes you somewhere. It takes you to an event. It takes you to a place out of town or to another city. This could be a move, but not necessarily. This looks like an event. A rendezvous. Yeah, it looks like a trip. It looks like it takes you somewhere else. You might even meet someone in another place. Wow, and this looks like it could have some sexual energy, but it also looks like this isn't just a one-time trip. This is something that you would go there. I want to say periodically, but it seems like a lot. You would go there a lot. Let's take a look at messages of love, Gemini. What are your angels and guides want to tell you? About this intuition. You already know the answer you seek. Yep, that does feel, oh, you've learned the lesson. You've learned the spiritual lesson, mastery in this situation, and boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. I feel like this person could just continue their process and continue requiring from you what you've been giving. And this is about not, this big picture is about having to focus on you in order for your dreams to come true. Yeah, let's look at your romance oracle. Gemini, what is going on? Pay attention to the red flags. Wow. Yeah. This is one of those situations where you look back at the decision that you've made now. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. I feel like also this is, the thing that you have wanted or planned for or thought the way things would be. You thought things would be one way, and they come into a different reality. And here's passion. Here's that passionate new beginning. And that's coming up into your trajectory, into the future. Let's go ahead and look at energy that you don't see coming in the next few days, Jen. And we've got the coffin, the wealthy man, and marriage. So this looks like the ending of something, and somebody who knows your value, knows your worth, comes in. I mean, this passionate new beginning looks like a completely different experience. It looks like a completely different connection. Unexpected income. I want to say also, for some of you, it is this past relationship, but it changes drastically. So if it's not changing drastically, that is not it. I feel like someone wants to change drastically, but it's really, really hard for them. But they are going through a healing process, and it requires so much of you. And I can feel their inner child. Kings that are reversed for me also, they're like grown people who are coming from their child. They're coming from their inner child. And this person needs a lot of support right now. And I can feel the guilt happening by not being there to support them, but it doesn't look like you are getting the support that you need, and it's draining. And when Queen of Wands is drained, she's pissed off. It just brings up a lot of resentment, which brings up a lot of guilt and shame. And that has to be shifted. So if that can shift within the relationship and you want to be there, that's one thing. But for some of you, that looks too difficult. It looks like this person needs more than only your support, and they need to seek that out. And this looks more like something ends, a cycle in that old relationship ends. Someone comes in and offers you a relationship, offers you the support that you need, offers you something new. I'm also hearing tangible, offers you something tangible. So it's not just all talk, they actually show you. Let's take a look. I want to pull some Moonology for you, Gemini. Let's look at some advice. What do your angels and guides want to tell you, Jen? Hold your vision. Hold that vision of your dream. So important. Step out of your comfort zone. This is also about travel. And emotions are running high. That is for sure. That is for sure. This emotional content here is just huge. It feels like there's a lot of emotional stuff going on. Feels like there's a lot of grief going on from past things and moving beyond that. And it's been really challenging to move beyond a lot of emotional stress. So, all right, Gemini, that's what I have for you today. Let me know how that resonated. I'll be back in a couple of days with another energy update and energy check for you. Talk to you soon, Gem. Bye.